Yeah.
Welcome to Casey's. Thank you so much for coming. It's so... Wait, that's wrong. Kelsey's. Welcome to Kelsey's. It's Saturday night. It's date night. Some people are dating. Who's not married? Couple hands. Couple hands. Who's here with a significant other? Alright, good. Prepare to be awkward. Did you guys meet the old-fashioned way or online?
Online.
No, behind you. Not you. I'm talking about the old-fashioned. So you bought her from her parents, right? Here's a tractor. Thank you for your daughter. I'll take the brunette. We have a mosquito. I had a friend recently who was rejected from eHarmony. I have to hold the mic like this because I'll get feedback.
Get it.
He was rejected from eHarmony. He sent them a profile because they said, it's free weekend. Anybody can post on eHarmony. So he sent in a profile. And then normally what they do is they say, from what I've been told, when you post something, they go, well, the weekend was free, but now if you want to contact the people who like you, you gotta subscribe, you gotta pay a fee. But instead of getting the notice that he had to subscribe, they just said, no available matches, try again later. Which was sad and beautiful at the same time. Because that's a website. I'm gonna stand over here now, next to this. The eHarmony's a website dedicated to just finding someone special for you. And they said, no, don't bother. But I told him he was better off because the eHarmony commercials scare the bejesus out of me. Because all eHarmony commercials have that slow motion walk on the beach where they're walking and they're happy. And then the girl does that laugh in slow motion where she goes... And I hate when people laugh in slow motion because it's so creepy. Because their mouth opens and their eyes go wide, and then they look like Jack Nicholson in The Shining. They're just So I told him that he was better off without eHarmony, and I think he is. I've never been good at dating, which is why I got married, and I love her. That too. I love her. And I'm not good at dating. My worst date ever was in high school. I didn't get my license to drive until I was 19 because I was attractive. So I didn't need a car to get around. But then when I was 19, I started to go bald, and then I was like, oh, I better get a car. So before that, I only dated girls that drove cars. The one girl I was dating, she had just gotten her license she had it for a month. And she had this little sedan. And she picked me up for a date. We went to Brampton because the Olive Garden was in Brampton. And the Olive Garden's gone now. It was no Kelsey's. So we went there. And the whole drive there, because she's only had her license for a month, when somebody has something new, they like to brag about it. So the whole drive there, she's like, oh, look at this guy. He's pulling out in front of me. He's wrong. Look at this guy over here. She's just pointing out driver's faults. And I'm like, I don't care. I'm just sitting in the passenger seat. I don't care. We got to the Olive Garden. We get our breadsticks and our salad. And the whole dinner, all she's talking about is, could you believe that guy who pulled out in front of me? Like, that was wrong. And then the other guy didn't signal. And I'm like, nobody cares about minor driving habits. Nobody cares. And then she got really withdrawn. She got upset, you know what I mean? Like, she got quiet, which sucks when you're on a date and you need a ride home. So we get in the car, and she's giving me the silent treatment. She's like, I can't believe. I'm like, I didn't understand any of that. She goes, well, I can't believe that you wouldn't want to support the fact that I'm a good driver and they're a bad driver. I'm like, what does that even mean? And then she gets into this spiel, and she's mad, and she's pointing, which is rude. When there's only two people in a car, clearly she's addressing me. And she's mad, and she's, and we have to get on the 401. And she's like, well, you know, just think about it, jerk. And then she pulls on to the 401. But she's so mad at me, she pulled onto the off-ramp. So now we're on the 401, driving into oncoming traffic, after she had spent an hour and a half complaining about bad drivers. In that situation, when you're on a highway and you're driving into lights, some people very calmly say, well, pull over. My first reaction was, oh my God, we're gonna die! And she said, no. So I said, well, pull over, pull over, pull over. Instead of pulling over to the left, she pulled over to the right. Because in the book it says, if anything goes wrong, pull over to the right, which is very far away. So we pulled over to the right-hand side and she stops. Okay, we didn't die. I'm like, yeah, but now we're on the far side, we have to still turn around. So she goes, fine. And then squeals the tires, we turn around, nobody hits us, we barely survived. So I'm not good at dating. But I am pretty good at marriage. At the end of this month, I will have been married 10 years. I have been married 9 years and a few months. It's like when a little kid tells you their age and they're like, I'm 9 years old and 3/4. I'm almost at 10 years, which is nice. We're celebrating in Niagara Falls because when we first got married, we went to Niagara Falls for our honeymoon because we're not original in thought. If we ever win the Super Bowl, we're going to go to Disneyland too. So we went to Niagara Falls, but we stayed in the